hydrate before we beat our donkeys. Thank you, Satan. Very helpful. Welcome back, everybody. We are, in fact, returning to this donkey beater story. Last video, you watched me work through the first sentence of the story while I was being shouted recommendations at by Satan. By Satan and Satan. You know, the resident eldritch beast. So, we're working on the second sentence now, which promises to be a doozy. So, again, I'll read through the story again, so everybody is caught up. There once was a man who beat his donkey every day. One day, a second man who was a neighbor came to the donkey beater and asked, "Why do you beat your donkey?" The donkey beater said, "Beating is all the donkey knows. I must beat him until he learns how to behave." The donkey beater then went into his home and discovered his wife wasn't ready. So he beat his wife. His neighbor heard the screams of the donkey beater's wife and came to the door. "You should not beat your wife so much," said the neighbor. "I beat her until she learns to have dinner ready on time." Sometime later, the neighbor saw the donkey beater beating his son in a field. This time, he did not say anything, but seized the donkey beater and began to beat him with a heavy cudgel. When the donkey beater asked why his neighbor was beating him, his neighbor replied, "I will beat you until you learn to not beat others." It's a beautiful story, all about assault and violence. Woo. So, we're going to do the second sentence. One day, a second man who was a neighbor, came to the donkey beater and asked, "Why do you beat your donkey?" So how are we going to break this down? A second man came to the donkey beater. I could do Iya. I could do Mesha. I think I'm gonna do Mesha. Mesha. The man of beating donkey. What do I want to do that? Came to visit it. The man hitting his donkey. Came to see it. Okay. One day, a second man who was a neighbor came to the donkey beater and asked, "Why do you beat your donkey?" Okay. I can do after this for like and then. I forgot Kea had the lateral approximant as a phoneme. But what we do is we just replace the L with R, because the alveolar trill is a lot more common than the lateral approximant. I can get away with this mainly because there was never anything that like was different between like L's and R's in the sound changes, so I'm fine with this. But yeah, the L is like super uncommon. So I just wanted to make it clear. When I created the phonology for Kea, I created the phonology as just a sort of like, at least the liquids. I thought, well, every single language. Of course, I hadn't been exposed to like the technical details of Japanese yet, but I believe that all languages all over the place everywhere had both a rhotic sound and a lateral liquid sound. If they had one of them. If they had one, they'd have the other. Yes, we can say L just flat turned to R in standard Kea. We can say that the northern dialect, because there is a northern dialect, and the main difference between the northern dialect and the IA dialect is that there's no palatalization. Okay, so it's not che, it's te. Oh, Satan. Do you want access to the actual document itself, or do you want to just look at it? You want access to the document? Got it. On that note, I know it's dangerous. That's why I just set him to viewer. So, I'm gonna call it here. Everybody on YouTube, do all the YouTube things. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, break the bell. I don't care. Ring the Christian bell. Tell your favorite film director about me. Send an email to your favorite film director. Tell them that you know this guy named Deep Solar and that he's the coolest guy on earth. Do it. I'll see y'all later.